Have you ever had that feeling, that moment of just absolute power?
Mm.
Maybe nailing a presentation you were, like, terrified of, or finally speaking up when you usually stay quiet.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
That potent sense, the deep knowing that you really can do it. That's exactly what we're getting into today. We're
Right.
stepping into a deep dive on, well, what it means to really recognize and trust your own capabilities. We're pulling insights from Jamia Wilson and Andrea Pippin's book, Step Into My Power.
It's a great one.
Think of it like a personal GPS, but, paper-bound, for figuring out your thoughts and feelings.
And our mission here for you is really to pull out the key nuggets from this source material.
Right.
Give you a shortcut, sort of, to understanding self-empowerment, resilience, no matter where you're starting from.
Yeah.
And what I think makes this book so effective right away is how the authors make these big ideas feel real, tangible.
How so?
Well, Andrea Pippins talks about winning sixth grade class president, that sheer thrill, her ideas, her voice, they mattered.
Oh.
And Jamia Wilson shares feeling this profound purpose, reciting her poetry at a church conference, realizing her voice could be like a megaphone for justice.
So it's not just theory.
Exactly. It's lived experience showing how you can embody your power.
Okay, let's unpack that first big section then. The authors just call it power. Simple enough.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole part is about tapping into your strengths, the ones you have inside already, maybe even ones you don't fully see yet.
Right.
It kicks off with, you've got this. Tap into your strengths. And it really speaks to anyone who's felt, underestimated.
Definitely.
Jamia shares this story about struggling with math. She had a visual disability. And while everyone focused on what she wasn't good at,
Uh-huh.
her talent for writing, which became like the foundation of her career later, it went kind of unnoticed.
Wow.
She even includes this note she'd send back to her younger self,
Yeah.
saying, the world would be boring if we were all good at the same things.
That's powerful.
It really is. It's an invitation, really, for you listening, to think about your unique gifts. What really stirs your soul? What feels easy for you, even if others don't get it?
And that idea, recognizing your talents, even if they aren't, validated by everyone else, that's so crucial.
So foundational, you said.
Absolutely. It's about being your own advocate from the inside. Understanding your worth isn't set by others.
Okay.
But standing in that worth often means facing something pretty universal. Fear.
Ah, yes, fear. The next section, slay your fear.
Right. And it explores fear as a frenemy, they call it.
A frenemy.
Yeah. Jamia shares that learning about the amygdala, the brain's alarm system, that was a game changer for her.
The fear center.
Exactly. Deep inside. It triggers that fight or flight response.
Mhm.
Super useful if, say, a tiger shows up.
Right. Helpful then.
But here's the key insight. It can get triggered by stuff that's not actually threatening, like stage fright.
Oh, interesting. So the same physical reaction.
Pretty much. The book explains it's often an automatic, primitive reaction, not really a rational assessment of danger. Knowing that lets you pause, figure out if it's a real threat or just, a molehill feeling like a mountain.
Creating that moment of discernment, you called it.
Yes.
But, just knowing it's primitive. If someone's dealing with anxiety daily, how does that knowledge actually help in the moment? Does the book give strategies to, quiet that alarm?
That's a really good point. And yes, it gets practical.
Okay.
It encourages you to identify today's bold move. Just one brave step, big or small.
Today's bold move. I like that.
It's inspired by Eleanor Roosevelt. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you stop to look fear in the face. So it's not just thinking about it. It's taking that small action that starts to sort of rewire the amygdala over time. Show it these things aren't actually dangerous.
Okay, action. Got it. And once you start finding that courage, the book takes a surprising turn, suggesting something that might need even more bravery.
Would you?
Saying no.
Ah, the power of no.
Exactly. In Tell the Truth, saying yes to saying no, Jamia talks about refusing to do dishes as a kid unless her male cousins did too.
Oh, wow. How did that go?
Backlash. Lots of it. Which initially pushed her towards people-pleasing.
Understandable.
But the insight here is huge.
Yeah.
Saying no isn't just about boundaries. It's like a radical act of defining yourself. Every time you say no to something outside yourself, even small things, it's like a massive yes to your own worth. It signals what you prioritize.
To yourself and others.
Right. The book lists things to say no to. Burnout, judgments, negative self-talk, bad habits, obligations you don't really want.
It's quite a list.
And they quote Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. There are people who dislike you because you do not dislike yourself.
Wow, that hits hard.
It's a shift, isn't it? From just reacting to actually like writing your own life story.
It really is. Seeing no is self-affirmation, but, for listeners who feel guilty saying no or
Oh.
face real pushback, does the book talk about dealing with the fallout?
That's a fair question.
How do you stand firm when people aren't happy?
It acknowledges the pushback can happen, for sure. But the main idea is the internal shift.
Okay.
It sort of implies that, yeah, the backlash might be uncomfortable. But the cost of not saying no, of depleting yourself, that's way higher long term.
Mm-hmm. It makes
By
sense.
saying yes to your own dreams, your values, you're building up this inner strength that helps you handle criticism.
Like a reservoir.
Exactly. And this idea of saying no to external stuff leads perfectly into the next big concept, embracing your wholeness.
Yes. Stay intact. Hold on to your wholeness. You are enough. This part really digs into that societal pressure. Always do more. Achieve more.
Perform, yeah, instead of just being.
Right. It brings in Nina Simone's anthem, when you're young, gifted, and black, your soul's intact.
Such a powerful line.
It highlights that our worth isn't earned. It's inherent. A birthright. Doesn't depend on accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
The book suggests you actually visualize your future self, free from others' expectations. Maybe even draw your intact self.
Interesting exercise.
It reinforces that just being is your strength. And flowing from that is, keep calm. You belong. Take your rightful place.
Belonging. What does that mean here?
Being rooted in your birthright, your purpose, not trying to fit into someone else's box.
Okay.
It strongly states no one of us is more valuable than the other. A real challenge to that comparison culture we live in.
Definitely needed.
Inspired by Morley's song Be the One and Maya Angelou's motto, you alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody.
Love that.
And it suggests something simple. Create your own motto or an image
Yeah.
for those self-reminders.
These ideas, inherent worth, belonging, they feel so foundational. But how do we live this out when the world has so many rules, expectations, rules not always made with our well-being in mind?
That's the big question, isn't
In
it?
the section, Define Yourself, write your own life rules,
Yep.
tackles it directly.
Okay.
The authors say, look, rules can be good safety, order, but they can also be flawed, biased, outdated. They point to trailblazers who broke rules. Pele, Nina Simone, MLK Jr., Frida Kahlo, showing that not following the rules can actually change the world.
Good example.
Jamia shares that Colin Powell's rules of leadership inspired her to make her own life rules. Number 1, define yourself, or somebody else will.
That's a powerful call to action.
But thinking about today, with social media everywhere, isn't it much harder to define yourself now? Does the book offer tools for that modern challenge?
It's definitely harder with all that input, yeah. The book tackles it by really emphasizing internal validation.
Okay.
The main tool is that act of creation itself, actively writing your own rules.
The writing process.
Yes, it pushes you to think.
Yeah.
Which existing rules actually fit my vision? Then you consciously create your own list, maybe even a personal coat of arms like Jamia did.
She did.
Yeah, hers was these dreadlocked mermaid lionesses with the motto, faith, wisdom, courage, love.
Wow, vivid.
It's not just a fun exercise, it's a deliberate act of saying, this is me. Filtering in the noise, solidifying your internal compass.
Okay, so we've looked inside strengths, fear, worth, defining yourself. But power isn't just internal, right? It grows when we connect, make choices in the world.
Exactly. Now we shift focus outwards. How do you use that inner strength in communities, in daily interactions?
Starting with lift as you climb, support your squad.
Mm-hmm.
It opens with that fable, hope for the flowers, caterpillars choosing collaboration, not competition, to become butterflies. Nice metaphor.
It is.
Jamia links it to her own story, defying a popular kid to support girls who were being shunned, leaving the table.
Takes guts.
And then this concept, shine theory, from Ann Friedman and Aminatou Sow. It flips the script on personal power.
How so?
It shows how your individual shine actually gets brighter through connection. The motto is, I don't shine if you don't shine.
Ah, interesting.
It's not just being nice, it's strategic. Recognizing that uplifting others, especially women, expands opportunities for everyone. It fights that scarcity mindset.
That idea of collective uplift is so important, especially in competitive fields.
Right.
Recognizing there is enough room. We actually do better together. And building on learning from others. Find a mentor. Learn from your heroes.
Okay.
This discusses learning from masters of their craft, even people you've never met. Inspired by a jazz musician's idea, you learn just by watching how someone is.
Learn by observing their being.
Yeah. Jamia names Lauryn Hill, Nina Simone, Erykah Badu as muses. Not just for their art, but how they exist in the world with their bravery, self-love. So you're encouraged to find your life muses. What can you learn from their presence, their approach? It's a way to absorb wisdom outside formal mentoring.
I like that. Muses.
And this leads right into a key part of healthy connections, asking for help.
Ah, yes. Ask for help,
Oh.
especially when you need it most. Uses the Beatles' help to normalize something so many find hard.
It really is hard for a lot of people.
It challenges that idea that asking for help is weak. Uses the oxygen mask analogy from airplanes.
Right, put your own mask on first.
Because you can't help others if you're struggling for air yourself. Self-preservation enables connection.
And that's so critical. Culturally, we're often taught asking for help is a burden or makes you seem incompetent.
Totally.
The book explores why we resist, that fear of vulnerability, of looking less capable.
Yeah.
But then it gives really practical advice, how to seek support from trusted adults, parents, counselors, therapists.
Specific advice.
Yeah, even specific questions to ask a therapist. About confidentiality for minors, or maybe their experience with your cultural background.
Oh, that's useful.
And it lists resources too, crisis text line, LGBTQ plus support, racial equity groups, immigration help. It really tries to destigmatize reaching out.
That's great. It's amazing how just a song reference can open up that conversation. But what about when friendships themselves get messy?
Happens all the time.
Live and let go.
Yeah.
Dealing with drama, bullies, and fickle friends. It talks about fair weather friends, frenemies.
We've all known a few.
Jamia shares a painful story from first-grade discrimination, betrayal. But the point is, relationships may shift, but will always result in a lesson.
Finding the lesson.
And her mom's wisdom. Friends come into your life for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime.
Classic.
The book gives you questions to ask yourself about your friendships. Like, is my energy high when this person's around? It's about actively managing your relational health.
And that focus on how connections feel leads right to intuition. Take heart and trust your gut.
The internal GPS.
Exactly. It pushes back against feelings are not facts. Argues our bodies send wisdom through those icky uh-oh reactions.
Gut feelings.
Yeah. Your body often knows things before your brain catches up. You're encouraged to list times you listen to your gut or wish you had. Maybe even map feelings onto a body outline.
Tuning in deliberately.
Right. And once you start tuning in, the next step is ask for it. Own what you want.
Okay. Jamia calls herself a diplomat from birth, negotiating everything. She even challenged a teacher on unfair grading based on gender, and won.
Good for her.
The book quotes a Latin motto, Qui audet adepicitur, she who dares wins.
She who dares wins.
Daring to ask is the first step. It gives concrete steps. Build confidence, ask without apologizing, and importantly, let go of criticism.
That last one's tough.
Definitely.
So these internal compasses, the courage to act, they're powerful. But what if the world pushes back hard, tries to tell you who you are or diminish your power?
Wow. What then?
Don't fit in. Pave new ground. Jamia's story here is intense. A university professor told her she needed to straighten her hair to be taken seriously in media.
Wow. Seriously?
Seriously. But instead of crushing her, it fueled her activism, her publishing work.
Turned injustice into fuel.
Exactly. The lesson. If they misunderstand your power, it's their loss. And her friend's advice. Don't give away your power.
Don't give it away.
The book challenges you. Pledge to build or create with your power. Don't shrink to fit someone else's box, which connects right into be you, not perfect.
This section hits hard on media's impact, the pressure to conform to narrow beauty standards.
It's relentless.
It mentions hair straightening, skin bleaching. Practice is still happening. It quotes Gloria Steinem. Women in the media are treated like ornaments and not instruments.
Oof. Powerful quote.
The big takeaway. Perfection doesn't exist, and that's a good thing. And every one of us is perfectly imperfect.
Embracing imperfection.
Yeah, it's a call to just be authentically you. It even suggests complimenting a friend, then trying to speak to yourself with that same kindness.
Turning kindness inward, that's so vital.
And it leads us right into the final big part of the book, actively protecting that power through self-care and resilience.
Okay, the practical application.
We've found the power, used it in relationships.
Yeah.
Now, how do we protect it? Starting with, speak truth to adults. Know your rights and take action.
Interesting angle.
It acknowledges family shapes our views, but stresses educating yourself on rights, current events, figuring out what you believe.
Beyond what you're told.
And it says you don't have to wait until you've been mistreated to speak up. Activism as proactive. It suggests concrete actions. Mock speeches, learning about UN child rights, model UN, diverse news, blogs, zines, petitions, tangible steps toward agency.
Those actions really show empowerment, but what if you're just overwhelmed by all the injustice, feeling paralyzed?
That's real. And don't agonize, organize. Create what you need. Speaks right to that feeling.
Don't agonize, organize.
Jamia shares her family history activism in the segregated South, her mom marching with MLK,
Wow, legacy.
and her own childhood activism, playground bullies, anti-apartheid petitions. Then comes Florence Flo, Kennedy's mantra. Don't agonize, organize.
That's the key phrase.
It's not just catchy, it's a blueprint. Channel overwhelm into change. But your question is good. If you are overwhelmed, how do you even start organizing?
Yeah, where do you begin?
Well, there's a section for that too. In a rut, get unstuck, my favorite.
No, okay.
It describes that awful quicksand feeling, how self-criticism, low confidence, fear of losing control holds us back.
Been there?
Jamia offers 2 killer questions for when you're stuck. Now that I can see I need a solution, what do I have the power to do? And what choice do I have the power to make?
Shifting from victim to agent.
Exactly. Then, practical baby steps. Acknowledge your value, accept you're in the rut. That's huge. Shift energy, physically trampoline, dance party, whatever works.
Move your body, move your mind.
And often, getting unstuck involves connecting. Which brings us to branch out. Find your crew.
Finding your people.
It talks about that challenge, finding supportive friends. Highlights how Jamia and Andrea's partnership grew from branching out. Emphasizes that diverse friend groups expand your horizons, new skills, cultures, ideas. Gives tips for introducing yourself, eye contact, mutual connections, the story of self, us, now idea.
Practical tips.
And suggests places, Girl Scouts, camps, clubs based on interests.
Finding your people, moving through ruts. It sounds like it needs a lot of self-compassion.
Which is exactly the next section. Be kind to yourself.
Ah, good timing.
Shares that moment. Jamia's friend Kathleen said, "You're kind to everyone but yourself."
Ouch. Insightful friend.
That realization, often linked to past bullying or discrimination, highlights. Sometimes our harshest critics are in our own heads.
So true.
The oxygen mask analogy comes back, but digs deeper. People resist self-care, feeling it's selfish, a luxury.
Right.
The book reframes it. Self-care isn't selfish. It's the foundation for showing up powerfully for others.
Foundational, got it.
Suggest gratitude journals, daily affirmations like, I let go of yesterday, I embrace today, I am enough, and I have what it takes.
Positive self-talk.
And this listening to yourself extends to your physical self and listen to your body.
Okay.
Calls the body a faithful friend, communicating through whispers, intuition, and roars.
Discomfort.
Illness.
Whispers and roars.
Jamia shares her journey with chronic health issues, learning to really listen to signals for food, sleep, rest, movement.
That takes practice.
It encourages checking in with your body daily. Simple exercises, yoga breathing, prioritizing sleep and nutrition, respecting your body's wisdom.
That link between self-care and physical health is huge. The book doesn't avoid tougher stuff either, does it? Like illness.
No, it goes there. Dealing with illness. Jamia shares her chronic illness experience, reframing it as her ultimate spiritual teacher.
Wow. Reframing it.
It stresses, illness is part of the human experience and it is never your fault. Such a crucial message.
Absolutely, no blame.
Provides coping strategies.
Yeah.
Wellness journal, trusting your body even if a doctor dismisses you. All in your head.
That's a big one. Advocating for yourself.
Educating loved ones, joining things remotely, being present for others who are sick, planning for flare-ups, setting boundaries about health needs, letting go of embarrassment.
Really comprehensive advice.
And this leads to bouncing back from any setback. Find the lesson. Bounce back from the dumps, failures, and other bummers.
Okay, resilience.
Uses that metaphor. You're a tree enduring all seasons. Resilience isn't avoiding hardship, it's growing through it.
Growing through it.
Introduces Glennon Doyle's motto, first the pain, then the rising. Accepting hardship doesn't mean it defines you, it allows growth. Encourages reflecting on lessons learned, speaking kindly to your younger self, seeing rejections as maybe protection.
Shifting perspective again.
And finally, shine brightly without burning out. tackles that pressure to do it all, valuing accomplishments over well-being.
The burnout issue, so common.
Shares a Chinese medicine doctor's candle analogy. You have a candle of life energy. How you protect its flame is up to you.
Visual.
Lists burnout signs, sleep, appetite, mood changes, offers fixes, know your energy needs, introvert, extrovert, honor me time, no devices. Speak up without apology to ask for help.
Protect the flame.
Exactly.
Wow, we've really covered a lot today. From finding that inner strength, defining your own path, to using that power in community, making choices, and then that radical self-care and resilience piece. But the core message, the thread through all of it seems to be, you are inherently enough, just as you are.
Absolutely. This deep dive into step into my power, it's such a potent reminder, isn't it? The world's tough, yeah, but you already have what you need inside to make your vision real. Think of this deep dive, and definitely the book, as like your personal guide. Ready to remind you, you've got this.
And maybe a final thought for you to take away from our chat today. The authors invite you to take steps. Big ones, small ones, even tiny tiptoes toward your goals.
Tiptoes count.
They really do. So what's one tiny tiptoe you can take today? Maybe towards defining your own rules or listening just a bit more closely to your body, knowing that every single step, no matter how small, validates that power you already have.
And if you want to keep exploring, Step Into My Power has more reading, online resources, keeps the inspiration going. We really encourage you to check those out. Keep this conversation with yourself alive.